A lovely morning to you. You're welcome to another edition of Roundtable on OGTV. How are you doing today? It's my pleasure to know that you're watching this show at this time. And we are also glad to be here to also present another episode of the program today. Doyisola Ogunbadewa is my name. And of course, you know that on the show I have my colleague here, Morenikeji Shobaloju, and today we're going to be talking about something that is germane to the society, especially Ogun State. Now, Morenikeji, how are you doing?
Yes, good morning, Doyisola. It's nice being here this morning again, and good morning, our people from wherever you're watching OGTV. It's still your lovely program, program that would dissect and analyze issues, talking about the roundtable on OGTV. And of course, this morning, the critical topic is going to be something you will be interested in. Just glued to your TV screen, as we're going to be talking about something that affects the environment. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. And a clean environment, of course, is a godly environment. Some things are happening, and this is what affects the society. And whatever it is, the state government is there to let us know their policies, their plans, the laws that guide what and when and how to do things. Of course, it's about that we'll be looking at so many things this morning, and of course something that is very, very close to the environment. I will leave you in the hand of doing so to let the cat out of the bag. I say good morning from wherever you're watching. Thank you for being part of the show.
Well, I told you that I love your combinations.
Thank you so
you
much.
Good. Well, Morenike just said it, but this morning we're just considering a topic on environment, and that is environmental law, the impacts and projection for 2026. But you know that in Ogun State, the Ogun State has taken some significant step in that regard, and today we're focusing on environment, and of course our guest is here. I'm sure even before I mention his name, some people will know that he's the one, because he's the man for the job and he's really doing his job in Ogun State. I'm not talking about any other person than Honorable Abayomi Huye, the Ogun State Special Advisor and MD Waste Management Authority. Ogwama, you're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Pleasure being here.
All right. Let's just delve into it. When we talk about environmental law, you know, not everybody are conversant or in the know of the laws. Can you just let us into some of it?
Number one, the essence of law itself is orderliness. Where there are no law,
no offense.
no offense. Where there are offense, there should be law that govern the people, so that we know what to do and when to do them, and when you committed an offense, what are the consequences. So that is the essence of the law itself. And on this note, in year 2020, through an enactment from the House of Assembly, the State House of Assembly, a law was enacted and assented to by the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. And the law was to establish a body called Ogun State Waste Management Authority. And it is that law that gave us power to manage waste in the entire state. And in the management of waste, there are different responsibilities: the duty of the government, the duty of the populace, the duty of the judiciary itself. So,
just yesterday in the news, I heard that there are some laws that if the indigents, they go against it or flout the law, they are to be prosecuted or to be fined to the tune of 2 million naira. That's much. So I want us to talk about that, because you know that it's number one, something you don't know and you are being asked to pay for it. It will be what have I done? You have this feeling that am I not an indigene, why am I being cheated this way? Okay. So now, what I want you to really talk about is the law that guides the dumping of refuse. You know, when you go into the city, you see everywhere is being littered. People drop their refuse everywhere, and I don't know why that is so. If truly there is law governing such, the punishment and everything, why is this still continuing? You
see, that's exactly what we are saying, because it's like the people want to say probably the government is docile. Not really that they are quiet, but the question there is, you know, in democracy, we want to try to adopt the system of communication, talk to people and see whether they will change. But we have found out that in the last few years, people are not ready to change at all. I can't imagine somebody living in a particular community where they are assigned PSP to pick your waste there, and you refuse because you are not ready to pay 2,000 naira, and then when you are going to the office in the morning, you drop it on the road.
So dropping it on the road,
it's wrong.
What will happen to it?
So that's it. Once you are caught, then you face the music.
Okay.
So the question is not about 2 million. 2 million is the last option there.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. So everybody is talking about the last option.
Some people are so stubborn that they can get to that level.
Section 34(1) of that law says any person who contravenes any of the provisions of the law commits an offense, and on arrest shall pay a penalty of 25,000
naira.
So the question there is this: you have to pay. Once you fail to pay 25,000, then we take you to court.
Then when you get to court,
there are two options there. The first option is maximum. Look at the law. It said maximum of 2 million or 3 months imprisonment, or you may be given two options. Okay. So that's the question. Now, when we talk about is even maximum.
Okay, you mentioned about the private people picking the refuse,
Yeah.
But why is Ogun State not having for the general ones? You know, everyone, their fingers are not equal.
Like what?
Some people may not be able to afford even the 2,000 that you're talking about.
I will explain to you.
So now, I feel maybe you should just help.
I will explain to you.
That the state should also have
2,000. What are we talking about? 2,000. 2,000. I'm talking of a whole house. 2,000.
A whole building.
A whole building. 2,000. Except it's 4 flats, then you pay 2,000.
Is it to 2,000 or 500?
No, 2,000.
Okay.
It's 4 flats. But if you are living, for example, if you are in a bungalow house of about 3 bedroom or 4 bedroom or 5 bedroom, you still pay 2,000 naira. Looking at the numbers of people that are living there, and then look at for the room to room, or the house to, what do they call it? Those ones pay lesser. But the question there is this: when you look at the quantum of waste that are even generated from these categories of people that you say is lesser, it's so much. How you get what I'm saying? And then the question there is, when you are talking of management of waste, it's something that is, in terms of cost,
it's expensive.
Very. Because we are talking of vehicle. We are talking of the dump site itself. Dump site is another big issue. Once there is a problem at the dump site, you cannot dump again.
Okay, let me KG come up with that question.
Thank you. Honorable Abayomi, yes, you're the special advisor to the Ogun State Governor on Ogun State Waste Management Authority.
Yeah.
And you've been here on countless time, on a number of occasions, talking about the right of the citizens, what they should know and what they should, do and put into consideration in terms of waste disposal. And when it is normal that people do generate waste, they would of course go about dumping it somewhere. And you've come here to talk about maybe these are the provisions made by government to ensure that these are properly disposed as expected. But coming to talking about the law guiding your activities as an authority, and looking at what you have melted out to people as punishment. Part of it was, community services, which you were saying that failure or anybody caught in the act of dumping indiscriminately will go through maybe a community service, and maybe thereafter taken to court, certain amount to be paid, and like Doinsola rightly said, talking about the 2 million naira. Before now, you want to talk about the implementation of all the plans, the laws and strategies of the authority as, has it been, before you now come to a level of say, okay, if this is it, and this this is going to be the punishment.
I want to say something. In the provision of the law, there is no community service there. It's a discretionary thing.
Okay.
Are you guys what I'm saying? It's a discretionary thing. And I don't think it's out of place. Are you guys what I'm saying? At times when we look at it and say, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can at least bring down this. That is that. But in the law itself, that established Ogwama, there was nothing like that. Are you guys what I'm saying? But at the same time, on the other side, the government will look at it and say, okay, these are our people. What can let's see how we can melt down this law, this policy in a way that will suit them, and yet they will still get themselves corrected. Are you guys what I'm saying? So it's not out of place. But I'm telling you here that the position of the law is exactly what I.
Okay, having said that, that is the position of the law. Before we get to this level of looking at what we can do, what the punishment, what will serve as deterrents to maybe violators. There are plans, there are policies of government that the authority is actually working with. Are you saying that so far in the year 2025, we're looking at the projection into 2026? Are you saying because we still see that refuse are being dumped indiscriminately to sites, and you're talking about people dumping refuse? What provision has your authority made for people, aside from you going there to collect? Because when you are not collecting to time in some communities, they will be left with no option than to take it to the roadside.
Yeah.
And of course, there are certain positions that you can put waste machine, the truck, the tank that the position to some strategic areas. So why is this now difficult to achieve? Before you now talking about the law that
Thank you. It's not difficult to achieve. It's like our people are not ready. Are you getting what I'm saying? No doubt about that. There are some communities that probably we have not been able to assess properly. But what we have now done, the new policy or program that we have in our agency now is that we now identify all this. We refer to them as black spots. Any spot they are dropping waste, they refer to them as black spot. And naturally, in most cases, that black spot, the waste they are being dropped by nearby community. Even though there are exceptions in some cases where people who are going to their offices in the morning, they will travel kilometers before dropping it somewhere. But majorly, I think it is the environment there. So what we have done now is that we have started a kind of synergy with the Community Development Association, and then telling them that in each community now, where we have a black spot, you will give us a representative. That representative will be the one to man that black spot for us, and will also be the one to inform our office once their refuse are filled up. Though we know, assuming, for example, let's say it is agreed that every Tuesday you should come and pick their waste, and suddenly something happened, probably there's a festive, there's a merriment around the way, and on Monday it is heavy. So such a person will quickly call our agency that in our community, I think we will need evacuator to come, and then we go straight there. Are you getting what? So the waste will not be delayed to the extent of probably bringing it back to the road, and that's what we have been doing now. And when you look at this in the past 1 or 2 weeks, it has really calmed down. It has really calmed down. That's exactly what we are doing. Apart from the enforcement team that are going out, we are ensuring that we have better relationship and
okay. I want to come in here, sir. When you move from, say, Ichaye, from Shakmon to Ichaye, and mortuary, say, this access, there used to be waste tank, let me call it, this big machine that is always, I think, around Ichaye, that used to be positioned where people can just, have easy access and drop their refuse. And, it is easy. Then that time, we don't usually have, this waste being dumped indiscriminately by the roadside. So what happened to all these things? Why were they removed?
Thank you very much. Number one, let me tell you something. I disagree with you completely. When I resumed the office, there were bins around the state. And one of the challenges we have is that these bins, they will be left uncatered for. They won't pick the bins. The bins will be littered, filled up, and will be littered. And then by the time we call we give it to a private organizations. By the time we call them, say our vehicle is faulty, something is happening here, something is the one problem or the other, one problem or the other. And we now look at it that these are machines. There is nothing, something can happen, anything will happen. Even just of recent, are you going to say? Even when we withdrew some of them, but there are still some that are still in place. Even about exactly 2 months ago, we had a serious issue. What happened to that one? Was because his vehicle were down. So we can't continue with all these two ones because they are machine. And we're a human being too. So what we are now saying is that we won't position any being on our major road again. Okay. Even if you are going to position the being, it must be in a outskirt, in a hidden place where it will not be noticed, even where we have these challenges. So what we want to do on our major road is that there must be enough compactor that will move in the morning and evacuate your waste, those living around that area, and then through community involvement and things like that, we'll be able to achieve that. And I want to tell you, to a very large extent, we have moved, we have left that Egypt. Are you going to say, this bill will withdraw by in November. Are you going to say? And yes, last year in November. And then we have been able to. Yes, we have been able to. Yes, we managed it in the last December, the Christmas period, New Year period, Ileya period, all the festival period have come, and it has gone. And it was well managed. Then again, during the National Sports Festival, there was no issue in the entire state. I think what we need is being addressed. Thank God the governor has listened to us and is addressing it quickly. I see a future of, in the next 6 months, it will be a different thing. It will be completely different thing. Okay. Because we have sat down with the governor and we have listed some of the areas, some of the green area, and it's moving towards that immediately. Okay. And that's why we can see what you are seeing now. Okay. Without his support, there is nothing we will be able to do. Okay. And he's ready now to take it. Railways has become an issue in the state. So
going by your last statement now, you said you with the governor, you are putting in place some measures. Because let's not deceive ourselves, this thing is really becoming one of the challenges in the state. The refuse is becoming eyesore. Yeah. When you enter into the state, you'll be like, that
was in about 3 months or 4 months ago. I had a lot of commendations. Yes, I had a lot of commendations. Yeah, I came here, I was commended.
So even refuse for a day.
I know, I'm coming. I was commended during the times of this National Sports Festival. I received commendation from everywhere. Of course. Now, let me tell you some of the challenges we have. Okay. Then, most of our vehicles are old. Okay. And they have a lot of issues. So, and I want to tell you, the governor now has intervened on that. And that's why you are seeing what you are seeing. Are you getting what I'm saying? And you know, vehicles that are being with us, used for about 20 years, 19, you don't expect them. What do? By the time these ones get spoiled, as you are repairing that, another one, the second day, the third day, and things like giving us a lot of issues there. But that have been addressed now, and I think we won't go through that.
And you've already answered the question I was about asking, but there is this thing I want to ask about them. Plastic for Cash initiative and them.
That's a blue box initiative.
Yeah. So what is a plan for this initiative to really step up in the year 2026?
Number one, you do not have that power any longer to move anything called recyclables from one location to the other without what you call sanctification from our agency. It must be placed on that. So when you are costed anywhere, they will ask for that. And the essence of this is this. Number one, it's also in the area of security, because oftentimes we notice that these scavengers, they are picking them illegally, stealing. When you are not at home, they pick your thing, they pick your iron, they pick all the manners of things. So once you do not pass through the normal procedure, you'll be caught along the line. And then the question will now arise, where did you get this from? And then you cannot be traced back, and then possibly the owner may eventually got these items. So number one, we want to use that to eradicate these scavengers that are illegally taking our things and destroying our streets and communities every day. Number two, there is this. We have also fashioned a way that all the community, because without the community, there is nothing we can do, that they should pick a particular date. Are you getting what I'm saying? Where they will get from with us, they will inform us that on a day like this, probably on Saturday, probably on Sunday evening, all our items will be gathered here, and then we'll now invite the aggregators to come and buy them. Okay. you buy them as agreed by both parties. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, and then immediately they will receive the certification for movement. And that is what we are doing now. Some communities are already keying in. And then there is a serious awareness all over now. And even the company that is going to take it finally from you without that certification, he will not be allowed to accept them in. And if any company does try to violate our rules, such companies will face the wrath of the law.
Thank you so much for that insightful and brilliant responses to the question. But I was going to talk about, awareness. It's key when it's coming to, projecting government policy. There is a need for people to, to be in the know of what the programs and policies of government have been. Yes, going forward, 2026. Industrial waste is one thing that people feel it creates environmental pollution because when you live in those areas, you are liable to have a little challenge, environmental hazard and stuff. Yes, I want to find out from you that the new projects of government, how are you going to prioritize your initiative in 2026? Then what are the plans, because there are in the same environment there are modern dump sites where it creates an atmosphere for people to know that these industrial wastes are being removed and taken to this private and modern dump site, that it is away from the one we are used to. We call it in my language akiton. So now we have modern dump sites that recycling can take place in a kind of recycling hubs, transfer stations, or possibly having enforcement expansion, because when there are laws, there should be it should be side by side with enforcement. So going forward 2026, can you let us into all this, the plans and projections for 2026?
Number one, well, in 2026, compliance will be key. You just have to, especially the industry. And we all know that Ogun State is the industrial hub of Nigeria, so more companies are coming, and those that are in existence already, they are doing well, and it is our prayer that they continue to do well. But we will not hesitate to ensure that they comply with the law and they do what is necessary. About a week ago, when I was coming, I saw a truck from a company. It was just discharging waste on the road. All this will not be allowed next year. And our inspectorate arms of the agencies are out there to ensure that they comply. They visit all the companies and know what is there. Legally, it is wrong for you to burn. It is wrong for you to bury. It is wrong for you to drop illegally on our roads. And these are things that we must ensure that people obey and do the needful. In as much as we wanted the companies to be around us, they must also not affect our health or jeopardize our living standard.
Of the citizens, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So how often do you plan to engage this? You have been doing it. There should be a time to time. Maybe yes, with them maybe a meeting.
You mean the industry?
The industry.
We just did that now. Just about 3 weeks ago, they were all there. All the chassis of the companies, the vendors, the PSP, all the stakeholders in the industry in that aspect of waste management. They were all invited. We listened to different parts. Different lecturers came to also educate them and teach them new ideas and things like that. And the law was also, we also try to refreshing their brain on the law so that they know the consequence of what they are doing, so that they will ensure that.
Okay, apart from the industries.
So we do a lot of interactions and.
Okay, apart from the industries, do you interact with the communities too?
Yes.
How often is that? How often?
That's my key area. I'm a community expert. I was the immediate past commissioner for community. Not only because I'm there, I was the director of community in Lagos State. So that's my area, and that's why I know the importance of community. I did that often. Immediately when I resume in this office, I know there's nothing you can do without the community. The community is key. So I invited them and told them this is what we have, these challenges we are facing. And just yesterday, I also had some meeting with the zonal officers to tell them what to do and things like that. So this
you mentioned earlier that it is against the law for you to burn refuse,
yes,
to drop it where you're not supposed to,
yeah,
and also to bury. Now, if all those ones are against the law, the ones that you want us to really do now is that we should just put it somewhere we allow those that will pick.
Yes.
Fine. You know, burning of refuse can affect apart from the health, it can affect
the entire environment.
The environment, it can have effects on climate. So next year, what are the plans to make sure that these things
are doing a lot of advocacy on that.
The laws are implemented to really make sure that everything is in place.
In as much as I want to agree that we need to do more on the radio and the television, but I want to tell you we have a team that visited the communities often.
We are your mouthpiece now.
We have a kind of itinerary. Every month they visit different communities, are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gather together on Saturday, on Sunday, around the week, and what they do is to educate them. Not only on that alone, we also tell them that there's not an excuse for you to say, I do not have waste. It's not possible. It's not possible. Can any woman be live without waste?
No.
So once you cannot show evidence of payment, then that means you are the one dropping it illegally. So when we get to any place and we find out that we say, okay, Mr. Abayomi, can you please provide your evidence of payment to her? I say, I don't have waste. Did you see waste with me? We can take you to court. So you go and explain there that you did not generate waste. I don't know how a woman being will live without generating waste. And if you are generating waste and you did not hand over those waste to the agency that is responsible for management of that waste, that means you are the one dropping on the road, dropping in the canal, and doing all illegal things. So when you get to the court to go and explain that, then you may be find yourself other way.
So, okay, so Honorable Abayomi, when you actually looked into the administration of Prince Dapo Abiodun, what the program and policy of the government is, standing on is a pillar, which is Ishaya.
Yeah.
And when you look at Ishaya now, it's all encompassing, talking about infrastructure, social welfare and well-being, education, youth development, and of course agriculture. And the enablers, one of the enablers is PPP, that is public-private partnership approach to governance. Coming to Ogwoma now, we want to talk about the policy. You have been talking about what the engagement of private organizations has been, private participation in all that you do. What is the level of engagement as we speak? You said earlier when I asked you about the bin, and you said these are being managed by private companies and they are being removed, and for a reason you think it is not giving you the result, the required result. So by so doing, to me, it feels like you are kind of taking away the private participation in all the activities. And you would agree with me that there is nothing you do that government cannot do it. It's believed that government cannot do it all alone. Are you saying that the private partnership approach is still at a level it should be, or what do you want to tell us about the participation?
Number one, I told you, it's not only one organizations or company that we have that is responsible for that. There are many. What we just decided to do was that we noticed that they're having a lot of too much complaints on them. I told you that there are you still go around the 60 bins in the critical area. What we are saying is our bin will be in the critical places, like markets, like probably where that is not opened. Are you getting it? So we are not writing the number of somebody is doing that. It's not the government. It's the PSP that is doing that. Okay. That's number one. And I want to tell you, in this agency, about 90% of our responsibility is handed over to the private sectors.
Good.
Now it is the private sector that are going to each different houses to evacuate waste.
Okay.
So and it's still open. You are still free to come in. We still need more PSP. Are you going to I see vast area to cover. Are you going so the question there is about the whole of them. They are private. They are the one to evacuate waste. They are the one to do highway. They are the one to do even at the dump site that we are talking about. It is a private sector driven. Are you going all we do is just to coordinate and ensure that they're effective. So that's just it. So the agency itself is driven by.
Okay, talking about the impacts and projection for 2026, you have mentioned increased enforcement of the law, improved waste management, and enhanced industrial compliance. And mentioning all this, we know that, okay, you have a lot of things being put in place for next year. So now, what are the challenges you foresee can hinder this plans?
Oh, number one is that attitude of our people. We need to work on our attitude seriously. Place where I pray. I want to also use this opportunity to place appeal to every one of us. It is our state. And the face of the state itself is refuse, is the environment. By the time somebody gets to Ogun State, and the first thing they will notice that, refuse everywhere. Ogun State must be, it's a dirty state. And that's good, that goes a long way. Even if the second day we ensure that it is clean, it's going what with that first impression. So, so we need to do something. We need to count it very, very serious. Even whether it's not our government alone, even you, that they want to probably have one or two things, either interaction, either business, and things, and then they get your state I found out that it's so dirty. It has a lot of negative effect on them. And moreover, if somebody is visiting your house, and the first thing he saw was that the waste is there. The first thing that he sees is the waste smelling. The first thing that you will see in your house is waste smelling, stinking, and then how is it going to
Such person cannot eat in the
yes.
house.
Please, come out, please, let's discuss whatever I want to say. It will be there to go. So that is only what we are saying. Now, that's on a micro level. At the larger level is the state itself. So with that impression, we just have to change it. And it's a collective thing. It's a collective responsibility. Please, it's a collective. Yes, everybody must ensure that this state is clean. It's not about me being the MD. I'm there today, tomorrow I won't be there.
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So whatever I'm able to do today is what they will say tomorrow. But definitely I'm going to leave the place.
So you've spoken so well about the laws when we started this program that there are laws in place now guiding the activities of people in terms of waste disposal, and let's now look at enforcement. What mechanisms are you currently, what are the ones that exist, and what are the mechanisms you are going to adopt, talking about ensuring compliance? Because we are talking about people, and it's so important to know that governing people comes with a lot of onerous tasks. You need to let them understand why this has been done. So what are the, are you using or you deriving the pattern of maybe having task force will be going around to apprehend people?
That we have inspectorate arms of the agency who goes around. If they go to inspect your companies, the area, and if you are doing the right thing, fine. If you are not doing the right thing, you'll be invited for a meeting. And when you cannot justify what you are doing, then the sanctions will come. When you fail to do that, then the next thing is to bring you to court.
So apart from the inspectorates, what are you going to do about public awareness? Because this is key. You mentioned it earlier.
I am here now. What am I doing here?
You are not the only person that's supposed to be doing this. And awareness is supposed to be maybe on a daily basis.
Listen to me. That's what I'm saying. There's a radio station that we have program, Ogwama Hour. So on Saturday, on Sunday.
Why are you not having it here?
That's the difference.
You have to come. Yes, of course. That's
so and again, you just said it now. He said the market women will not listen to radio. They
that's what I
so we have gone to radio stations.
Not only don't you think you should go to the market itself with your mega?
No, I told you we do that. No, I told you we have it's a whole department that is doing that.
Okay.
I just said that. And I said they move from one community to the other every
day.
Are we talking about
when I say community, not task force.
Okay.
Their job is just
to create awareness,
sensitization, advocacy of the policy of the government. Are you into the area of waste and also the markets? They go to market, they go everywhere. That is just the responsibility of that. It's not even a unit, it's a department.
Okay.
It's a department of domestic waste.
You think they are enough?
Because
what I see is, just a department cannot cover the whole state.
What are you talking about? Yes. Are you saying that the agency too cannot? Yes. The question there is this: we map it out. That is what they are responsible for. They go out every day Are you getting it? Mark different areas, they go to different areas, and again, apart from that, we have zones. They have officers in all the zones. It's not about one person.
In the past,
are you getting what I'm saying?
And
I don't think there is no zone that they have not touched. There is no zone that they have not touched.
Just recently, I want to ask you, in the
because
past,
let me tell you the procedure. Let me tell you the first thing we do is this: once a particular area fails to do the needful, the first set to go there is the advocacy. They will go there. Because the report will definitely come to us for the PSP that the particular communities are not responding, they are not doing this, the particular markets are not doing this, so they go there for advocacy. After that, they go twice. After that, the next thing that will come is the environmental officer, who has the power to see your premises and take you to court.
Yes, I'm not.
You just say.
Yes.
So that is why we just have to do that. That's the first thing we need to do, so that you don't get to court and say, I'm not aware, they have not done this and things like that. That's the first thing. Immediately after that, once you fail to respond after the visit of the second time, the next person you are going to see are the environmental officers, who are duly empowered to prosecute and take you to court.
Honorable Nye, you agree with me that our roads are being littered? Some part of the road, some.
Not now again. Before, don't say now. You know you are coming. I want from
Honorable, see, there are some areas that are still like that. We will not say that you are not doing the needful.
No. Mention the. Okay. Mention the particular area now.
When you are going now, just keep your eye on this side of the road, going from this place down to Diaba. When you get to
there is no.
Honorable Abayomi, let me just put
I'm
this
just
to
coming
you.
from there.
Let me just put this to you that if you see it clean this morning, go there again the following day.
I agree.
Days later, you're still going to see an assemblage of waste on that side. Well, I'm coming, sir. This boils down to the attitude of the people. People are dumping it there, right? The moment these things are removed, they come back and put it there.
That's what I'm saying.
So I was going to say that recently, sir. I was going to say that recently we used to see some, do I call them task force, but dressed in a reflective jackets. They sit by this portion, these identified portions of the road, to making sure that people don't come here and dump refuse. We don't see them anymore. To an extent, that brought about a reduction in the way people litter the roadside. Yeah. That is number one, sir. Number two, what happened to the wee hours of the day? Maybe in the night, people are also targeting the hours that they know that it is convenient for them to drop this refuse. Will you be there in the middle of the night to see them, do all of these things? So that is my question, sir.
You see, that's what I was telling you. I said, when I was coming, number one, nobody knew I was coming here. Are you got what I'm saying? I know that before now, anytime I visit here, I'll be calling them. I am saying, but today when I was coming, I came through Abiola Way, down to this end, it was only one portion. And as I called, I said, there's a waste there. I saw the compactor coming. I saw the compactor immediately coming. Now let me tell you. Number one, that the waste gets to the roads 3 times in a day. In the evening, immediately after 6 o'clock, as it's getting dark, people bring their waste on the road. Very early in the morning, to the hours of 7, 8, another set of waste. One come very early in the morning. The vehicle owners come between 6 when they are going to the office, 7, 8 o'clock, start dropping on the road. Are you what I'm saying? Then the last time is in between. That is between hour of 12, 1, 6 small children dropping there. Now, if you evacuate a waste in the morning, that may likely take care of the night and the early hours. But the other one that will come in between, you may not be able to do that. But to address that, number one, we need enlightenment. We need task force. We need another intervention, which we have done. I don't know whether you have noticed it. We have some tricycles now. Has anybody noticed that? Tricycles.
I think
the essence of the tricycle is that when those compactor has done their routine work in the morning, the tricycle goes out 3 hours after that and move to ensure that anyone is Are you getting what I'm saying? And I know with all this, that is why you are seeing this the volume of waste on the road getting down gradually. We will get there, just a matter of time.
Okay, so last step before we leave this conversation, because we are already
And again, I want to tell you, the community approach is working seriously now. There are major areas that we know that which of refuge that's reduced greatly.
It is that community that I was about talking to you on. Yes, if you could give a simple message to the people before we go on the program regarding 2026 environmental expectations, what would that message be? Because you're dealing with the people, they are the ones generating waste. You generate waste also, but of course these are the people you are actually working with. So they are the ones generating waste. What would be your message to them going forward 2026 and the environmental expectations?
Let me add this one to it so that you just answer everything together. So what are the plans of the state for climate change, especially the actions that may help in reducing greenhouse emissions and promote a sustainable development?
Number one is public enlightenment, advocacy, involvement of CDA, involvement of traditional rulers, involvement of market women, involvement of virtually everybody, every stakeholders in the community. By the time we are able to go through all this, and that is what we are doing now, we have started with the community. We are already planning to have another meeting with all the traditional rulers and tell them the importance of their involvement, the importance of this collaboration. With all this, because by the time you apprehend anybody, the next person you call the important person. Call the ballet, call this and people start calling you and things like that. So we should let them know. So that when we let them know, they now know, oh, don't come here. We had a meeting, we have taken a decision that we are not going to call anybody that faces that commit an offense to face it. So we are looking at that approach again. And again, finally, I want to appeal. It's an appeal. It's not about Mr. Governor. It's not about Ogun State. It's about you and me. It's about you and me. When we were younger in our schools, even when we don't know what we are singing, and when we start singing that song, we don't know. I don't know the meaning. But I grew up to know the meaning. These are the meaning. It's all in songs. Are you going to say? But today, I don't think those songs are being. I don't see them in the primary anymore. It's now a different thing. Something they cannot see. Are you going to say? These are things we should probably bring back to our children, so that as they grow, they know that these certain things are bad, and they get them corrected. Are you getting, because from when they were too young, when they don't even know the meaning of what they were singing, they were taught this, and they grew up to see that it is important.
Maybe you can
tell your things we need to change.
Maybe you can tell your inspectors too to extend their visitation to schools too, because when you orientate children, in fact, you have educated the whole society. They will come home and tell you, mommy, today you were taught and they really see another person dropping something. Yes, they will alert you immediately that mommy, see what you're doing. Daddy, see what you're doing.
Also look at that area.
You need to look at that. Children are great weapons of change.
What we want to do next time. Because let me use this opportunity to tell the whole citizens of Ogun State that we are not interested in prosecuting. It is not. What do we benefit there? We don't benefit anything there. But when we don't have options, we'll go back to the law. Are you get what I'm saying? So we are not interested in that. We are not even interested in your 25,000. What we are interested in is clean environment, clean state. And I'm using this opportunity to please appeal to you. Don't send your children. It doesn't matter the age of the children, we are going to apprehend them. Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't just send small children thinking that when this is small, they will not. No, it's a lie. We will take them. Don't take woman. Don't say because I'm pregnant. That's not nice. That was a day. I was part of the team that came here, and I was standing, and as a vehicle was coming, and it dropped, and the wife dropped from the car. The wife, you know what he put on was so tiny, very, very tiny. Are you got what I say? And I think he put a wrapper, but when he's about to drop from the vehicle, dropped the wrapper and rushed to the boot, opened the boot and brought out the waste. and I asked them to.
Your friend.
They apprehend her. So instead of our man to stop, are you getting what I say? And ask the wife to go, looking at the state of the wife, the man ran away with the vehicle.
Wow.
Wow.
I said, okay. So I just said, take the woman to the station. It was around 8 or 8 to 9. So it was after about an hour, the man now came back. I said, why did you left your you don't have to. When they got to the station, the police, even the officers in the station were saying, where did you come from? That's embarrassment. So I think we should try and do everything to ensure that we desist from this. Thank you very much.
Okay, that will be the size of the show today. We say thank you for watching today's Roundtable, the episode. Now, Murenkeji, I think we have tried our best today.
We have to leave, we have to go today, and next week is another day. What will be your own responsibility, even though government are trying all effort to ensure that we have a cleaner and safer environment? What is your own responsibility as a citizen of Ogun State? Let us all contribute our quota to ensure that our environment is safe and clean for us to live. It's bye-bye for me till next week. My name once again is Murenkeji.
Bye.
See you again next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye for me too. See you next week.